Well, we should be back today to celebrate a return to greatness on the pitch for Fulham FC, but instead, we're driving an ambulance because there are so many players getting injured at the moment. I don't know what we're going to do. I've lightened the training workload as much as possible, and due to a brilliant first leg display against Olympiakos, we're actually going to get to rest a few people tonight. But what we need to hope is that when we get to the next international break, that we have not picked up any more injuries, because in some positions, we are down to the bare bones now. Yes, hello, and welcome along to part 25 of this FM09 Let's Retro save from Fulham FC. We are back today as we continue to try and replicate Roy, albeit a year later, with the Europa League last 16 second leg, where we have got a very, very comfortable advantage unexpectedly. In the home leg against Olympiakos, we managed to produce a brilliant performance, one of the best of the saves so far, but then followed it against Portsmouth by gambling with our first team and the aim of resting people tonight, but picked up 3 injuries while doing so. So if you're looking forward to seeing if our threadbare squad can compete again, then please do put a thumbs up on it. But of course, what this does do, it gives us a slight opportunity, because we should be able to rest everyone and win with our backup team tonight, even if we lose by 4 goals we're going through. And then we can go first team, or as close to it as is fit, against City on Sunday, and try and compete for the top 4 in the Premier League as well. So let's start by having a look at a couple of games we've played off camera. Not a great deal happening, to be honest. You were with me for the Zaragoza defeat and the Newcastle one. What we got after that was what we needed, an 11-day break. We didn't pick up any injuries in that period, which meant when we went into the Olympiakos fixture, we had Fleck back from suspension, we had nearly everyone fit. It was just Albin who wasn't there, but Skelbred came off the bench, Sissoko started. We were as close as you could be. We managed to win by 6-1, and we have to give huge credit to Jose Enrique, who was brilliant and started us off with 2 goals, including one from a set piece. Schneiderlin and Sissoko added a 3rd and 4th before the break, where a consolation came. Then John Fleck with a second half brace, replacing Albin, of course, before Morgan Schneiderlin picked up an injury and Olympiakos got a red card, which will also help us in this second leg. While we didn't dominate the chances entirely, we dominated the good chances. It wasn't just we had 6 chances, we scored them all. We had 6 clear-cut chances among 20. It was one of our best performances at a save. And to be fair, a few players had an absolute stinker for them, and the discipline seemed to be all over the shop. So not the best night for them. However, we did get a great result, and I thought, look, we're going to be able to rest everyone next Thursday. Let's gamble on our first team for the Portsmouth game. Half of the sub-team was unavailable anyway. We won 2-1. We got a great result. Kjæresen scored. He came off with a knock. Josie Altidore got his first goal since returning. We played really well, but we also picked up loads of injuries. Rosman and Sissoko picking up 2 as well. We also mentioned Kjæresen, but Rosman, broken leg, out for 5 months. That's the end of his season. We won't be seeing him again in this save. And Musa Sissoko, 7 to 10 days, will miss everything up to the international break. So it wasn't a great time for us. Despite getting 2 big wins, we lost 4 first-team players that would normally be very close to, if not all in, our starting 11. Let's go and have a look, though, at the players that do remain, because we've still got enough for now. We've had to promote a few youth players because Rosman, Kjæresen, Giuliano, Sissoko and Schneiderlin make it 5 players out and unavailable today. And we are trying to look after the first 11. So everyone who we want to start at the weekend is either on the bench or outside of the 18. There are 1 or 2 exceptions to that where I can't do anything. So Frederick Storr is starting at right back, but Rosman played most of the last game, so he's 100% fit and should get through the 2. John Flex moved into midfield. He may have to start both. We'll wait and see. And there's a couple of other positions where I don't know. Centre midfield has been a minefield all year. We need to sign someone average who's just not injury prone in the future. In truth, at 5 goals up, this should be tie over. But look at Olympiakos. They got here by beating PSG, drawing both legs and winning on away goals. So to put 6 past them is some effort. Let's go and run through our backup 11 quickly, which consists of Ali Al-Habsi in goal for the first time, I think, since the FA Cup 3rd round. Storr and Olsen are the fullbacks, with Ignashevich joined by Webster at centre-half. In the middle, we've got Leon Andreasen joined by Danny Murphy and John Fleck. Murphy didn't even start most of the group stage games. On the right, it's a first start for the club for Daniel Howard, who came in January, the youngster from Sunderland, with DeMarcus Beasley. A one-season wonder on the left will be replaced by Mollo in the summer, and Bobby Zamora up front because I need Altidore fit now for the weekend. No place in the squad for Skelbred, Hangeland or Albin. No place in the 11 for plenty of others. And if the result does go well, we can give Altidore half an hour and get Webster and Harrison, two of the youngsters, off the bench too. Into the second leg away in Greece. I know we're 6-1 up, but you saw the second leg of the Zaragoza game. Please do not let this be a repeat. Well, it's a strong side again for the host, but this time, obviously, without Ledesma, who was sent off. I think there's one other missing, but I can't put my finger on it. So let's go and get through to the match analysis. Tell the boys that we expect them to do well. Do we warn them against complacency? I think we do, because at 6-1 up, we shouldn't be doing anything silly. We're going to just be a little bit more cautious from the start here. So Danny Murphy is not going to make forward runs all day because he won't last an hour if he does. And then maybe at fullback, do we push the boys back? I don't know. I feel like I want to give them the chance to express themselves. So we'll just make that one sub for now. We'll confirm the changes. We'll go and get into it. I was partly tempted to throw on a time wasting, not even to waste time, but more just to save the legs. Give us 3 or 4 minutes without the ball in play over the game. With 5 minutes gone, it's been quiet so far. Although Andy Webster, yellow card in 5 minutes. Exactly what we want when they're trying to even it up from Olympiakos getting one in the first leg, albeit that was a straight red. Has been a quiet 13 minutes though, as Daniel Howard takes the throw in from the left for some reason. Andreasen able to bring it down for Danny Murphy, who getting a rare chance today as it goes back to Webster. And he's got the chance to go all the way back to Al Habsi. You can see how aggressive they've gone. They've basically got 4 up front. It does make me think, do we need to put the fullbacks back? And I might make my decision if this goes in. Though Frederick Storr does really well. Up to Zamora, who holds up. And it means every time we counter, it's a 3-on-2. Beasley gets himself in. Torresidis back at him. Just not been good all season. As Olsen gets it in. John Fleck scores the away goal. And now Olympiakos will need 7. That is exactly what I wanted to do at Zaragoza. But Torresidis makes the mistake. Olsen finds John Fleck. And whether he's played left wing like he did in the first leg, up front, as he had to when Altidore was injured in the first half of the Premier League season, or centre mid as he is now, he has been brilliant in all of them. We've got a superstar on our hands. Though Olympiakos back on the attack, I don't think there's much hope for them now, though. Belushi's in. Clean sheet might be going. Belushi's shot well saved. Ali Al-Habsi does his job. Olympiakos had the better of the game so far, but we've scored the goal. We've had the clear-cut chance. It's that John Fleck run from midfield. And it does mean we don't need to risk it with Murphy so much. As Zamora loses out there. Hopefully a chance to get the youngsters on today, though. Ingo Olympiakos again. And Ali Al-Habsi to the rescue again. Similar pattern to the last away game in Europe. The goalkeeper's going to have to be good. As Freddie Ljungberg delivers the cross to the back post. Unmarked is the defender. Who's number 23? Who lost him? It was Martin Olsen. You need to do better than that. Well, a free kick for Fulham in a dangerous position as Danny Murphy puts in a teasing ball. It's headed away as far as DeMarcus Beasley on the left, and his delivery's pretty good as well. But Lee Wallace beats Zamora to it in a 6-yard box. Martin Olsen will start again on halfway, finds Ignacevic, who was making his way back. Just plays a 1-2. We're in no rush, but John Fleck again has drifted into space. He's been brilliant, and he shoots from distance. It's comfortable enough for the keeper, that. Half an hour gone. It's been a great night so far. As Fleck is now on corner duty to the back post. And Andy Webster gets up there. 2 former Rangers players combine. And 2 backup players delivering the goods. At half-time, we can look at resting 2 of them. I know Frederick Storr needs to start at the weekend. I know John Fleck might. It might be a chance for us to give both of them a breather. Because that could be crucial against Manchester City as Wallace throws into Diogo. Cross from the right-hand side, or the left-hand side for them, sorry, to Torresidis. Cuts in without much pressure on him, and he gets it wide to Hidalgo. Shots in, it's wide of the post. Al-Habsi had his angles covered. Olympiakos done far more of the pushing and the aggression so far today. But not making it count yet as Galletti crosses Glauber free header. And it's Olsen who's lost him again. He's had an absolute mare of a first half defensively. Set up the goal with a brilliant pass for Fleck. And since then has been run ragged. 2-1 on the night. I think we've still got a healthy enough advantage though. Well, I'm pleased to say that the rest of the half has petered out. It's been a really good night for Fulham so far. I'm trying to work out what we want to do for the weekend. Altidore should get half an hour, but not 45. And then it's Webster and Harrison. I'm going to leave them all to the hour mark. I just don't want to risk it because we did give up so many clear-cut chances in Spain in the last one. Just want to get through a few more minutes. Take no risk whatsoever. It's long towards Webster, who heads away. John Fleck should bring it down. Aims for Zamora. Doesn't quite reach him. Hidalgo can turn over possession. Garcia up to Diogo. Wide to Freddie Ljungberg. Just over hit, but he'll beat Storr to it. The two Swedes going head to head. Ljungberg delivers the cross. Galetti's in there. Olsen does well this time. Torresidis back in though. Webster away. We're coming under a bit of pressure here. Back in our own half. 11 behind the ball. Galetti finds Hidalgo. Shots over the bar. We've done enough. Not bad going at all here. Howard will be able to get 90 minutes now. And the youngsters can come on soon. As here we are at the back. Edge of our own box with Al Habsi. Big kick forward towards Zamora. But Garcia just about intercepts it. Freddie Ljungberg can now run down the left-hand side. Not got the pace anymore, but still got the quality. Wallace looks for Diogo, who must have been offside. Into Hidalgo. Where is the flag? I could not see anyone keeping him on. Absolute madness. Another 5 minutes before we make the changes. Danny Murphy is struggling as we predicted. Physically, he's just not got more than an hour in him as it's a long ball forward. Again, Zamora nowhere near it really. Could do with Altidore improving us up there. As Diogo picks it up, he's got Ljungberg wide of him. Storr's been caught out of position yet again. Olsen as well, struggling a little here. As Torresidis, where is DeMarcus Beasley? Get back, you lazy so-and-so. Diogo's shot goes in. Why are you still on the halfway line? Effort, man. You come complaining every week that you're not playing. I'll put you in and you don't even chase the fullback. Absolute disgrace. The sooner Molo gets here, the better. For all of the signings that have worked out here, DeMarcus Beasley has been a bit of a catastrophe. As that ball's into the back post, I tell you what, we've conceded again. I am becoming enraged. Let's put it that way. I'm going to go team selection. Right, who can we bring off? I can't take Beasley off here. I might have to push them further back, though. Howard can't play further back. I mean, why has he stopped tracking? I could put Fleck out there, but I don't want to take Beasley off in a game like this. Fleck should be one. Storr should be another. So we're going to go Harrison on for Storr. Ignacevic to right back. I'm going to take Webster on for... I think I'm going to do Murphy instead of Fleck now. Just to be a bit more careful. And then we're also going to go for Altidore for Zamora, who's had a stinker up there. With the 4-goal advantage, we should be all right. But the way we're conceding, the chances and the goals, I'm absolutely furious. They've had 20 shots in this game, just as we did at home. And yet again, on the road in Europe, we have not found a way to be solid. Well, I'm going to assume that Freddie Storr was at fault for the last goal because he's gone down to a 4.8 rating as Webster has just been skinned. Wake up! So much of this 11, and Beasley I've just called out, but there are a lot of players in this 11 who have come to complain about a lack of match games. A chance not to get in a team, they're not getting the opportunities they deserve. You go in a team and you produce a performance like this when you're in such a comfortable position. You do not deserve, you should have the chance to talk to these boys and say, you do not have the right to knock on my door for the rest of the season. John Fleck aside, this has not been a good display. Altidore's not fully fit, but we've got to protect him for this half an hour. As Galetti gets it back to Garcia. Space to shoot. Oh my God. Oh my God. I'm a little bit concerned at this point. 40 yards out has just put one in the top corner. Ali Al-Habsi, you can get out where you're complaining. Ignacevic, complaining. Off you go. Bobby Zamora, it's not good enough. He's not complaining. I'm not going to blame him. Danny Murphy complaining about a lack of football. Can't even do an hour. There's a few of you that need to shut your trap here because here they come down the left again. We could be in genuine danger soon. Into the front post. Harrison, the youngster, has to save the day. Torresidis puts it over. Genuine disgrace this second half. I don't know how to cope away in Europe. It's been a real struggle all year as Fleck goes up and loses it. It's coming straight back at us. Al-Habdi's ignoring the instructions, which we'll deal with another time, but this will be the last time he plays this year, I think. As Galetti gets it into Diogo, tipped over the bar. I can't explain to you how angry I am. And it's clearly a problem away from home in Europe generally, because The oppositions have had it in the first leg. We battered Zaragoza. We battered Olympiakos at home. But on the road, we just can't cope. The only way we've managed this year is when we did it like we did at Barca, where we just tried to sit everyone behind the ball and stifle them. As Wallace goes wide to Karamian. Chance to cut in, shots wide. I think we're going to survive this because we've got to the final 15 now. But we're seeing a lot of the game and none of it is in the Olympiakos half, as that one's long to Altidore, who does well to flick it on, but nobody's there. And in midfield, they've got so much space. Webster's been caught out by Diogo. Oh, I've spoken too soon. It's 5-2 on the night. I've never, ever been closer to swearing on this channel. Let's stop the forward runs in midfield because we just need a shape at this point. It's getting silly. I don't know what more I can do. I might even stop the wingers making forward runs so often. Just try and get them back into a shape. Do a little bit of defensive work. I've got him specifically closing down in his own half now. We've seen no evidence that he's willing to do that though. And we're just going to try and drop in. But we are now somehow 2 goals from going out. Olympiakos have had 28 shots. We were 2-1 up at half time and we are now fighting for our lives. I am so angry. I'm sure it comes across. We've got to the final 3 minutes. If we can see out this highlight. Oh, Ali, seriously. I've asked you to play it out to the fullbacks and you're still hoofing it straight at their centre midfielders where they're winning every single ball. If you dare come to my office next week and say I'm not playing enough games when you've signed a contract as a backup keeper. Oh, we're going to be having some words, mate. We are going to be having some words. Altidore does really well to hold up and win the free kick. Just get this game over with now. It's better be worth it on Sunday. The reserves better have made the first team fit and firing for this game against City. We get through, but there is nothing to be proud of there. There is absolutely nothing to be proud of. Disgusting performance. None of you, bar John Fleck, none of you can have a complaint about not starting for the rest of this season. Get out of my office and do not say a word. Back on Sunday for City. Well, a quick interlude and time to regain our composure because we've got the draw for the quarter-final, which includes 4 English sides. Us, Chelsea, United and Liverpool. Also Bayern, Sevilla, Villarreal, Stuttgart. There's not many good draws there, are there? Let's see who we get. We have got Stuttgart at home. Probably one of the 2 weakest sides left in that draw. Don't think we can have many complaints. If we get through in the semi, who will we be facing? Probably an English side. No, either Bayern or Villarreal. Then likely an all-English final if we make it. Bayern Munich might be hard to get past though. Let's go and skip ahead to Sunday and see if the first team can do any better against City. Well, this game against Manchester City is actually a pretty huge one by Premier League standards. It is 4th v 6th. They are one of the 2 sides that can catch us. As you can see, our lead over the teams below has got smaller. Liverpool just 4 points behind. Manchester City 8 points behind. It will be 4 and 5 if City wins today, although Liverpool will be in action too. So this is going to be a very interesting test for us. Let's see how we cope with it, with what I imagine will be a few struggling faces. You can see Danny Murphy's nowhere near fit to be in the squad. DeMarcus Beasley's just a lost cause at this point. So let's see what 11 we can put together. Hopefully a fairly strong one. The squad is pretty small without those youth players, isn't it? Back in a minute to run through the team. Well, every senior player, outfield player is in the squad today, and that tells you where we are. We've got Daniel Howard among the subs, Danny Murphy not fit among the subs, Bobby Zamora not good enough among the subs. And this is the 11 we've gone for. The only real choice in midfield was Leon Andreasen or John Fleck. I've gone for the slightly more defensive and stable option, given the quality of the opposition. Also, inexplicably, just to compound our problems, Papi Diakate decided to go on international duty before the international break even starts. Don't get me started on that. And that means Ignacevic will have to continue as centre-half today. I'm not a happy man. One of our main set-piece threats gone. It is Johan Peller in goal. Frederick Storr, a fullback, needs a much better performance today. Enrique Ignacevic and Hangeland make up the rest of the back 4. Edinho, the holding role. Andreasen and Skelbred, the midfield 2. With Pennant, Albin and Altidore, the front 3. Hopefully their freshness will help. Hopefully Altidore can last the best part of 90. John Fleck cannot come on in every position, so someone's going to have to do something to keep him on there today. Let's go and see who delivers as we face Manchester City with a very depleted squad. Well, I predict today that the Champions League race is about to get a lot closer. Look at that City front six. You've got Robinho, you've got Modric, Inler, Palacios, Ramirez. It's a top quality side. Let's go into the first half, see if we can compete, because as I mentioned before, when we haven't got our first 11, we are not quite at the top level. To be without Sissoko, Giuliano, Schneiderlin, all in the same game, Diakate, Rosman, and Kerrison, it's over half of the first 11 we're missing. There is no reason to doubt why we're struggling. Johan Peller's picks up a knock, as does Ignacevic, in 5 minutes. In 5 minutes. The goalkeeper's injured. We have no sub on the bench. Hangelander's just scored from a corner. And with 10 men on the pitch at the moment, Ignacevic is off getting treatment. We've gone 1-0 up. We're going to have to take him off for Andy Webster now, which is not the start we wanted. But what a start on the pitch in terms of result. But yet again, I mean, I put an ambulance in the thumbnail and we're going to need it more because it's a ridiculous number of injuries. If Peller's out as well, that will be 7 of our first 11. Ignacevic will make it the second of our backup 11. And overall, we're going to be down to nearly a whole 11 out injured. It's ridiculous. As Gambarini plays into Inler, I would not expect us to hold this lead long. And Lord knows if Peller's fit enough to do all the work he's going to need to today, because he's going to be a busy boy. As Ramirez goes to Palacios, unmarked, shoots. Peller's able to deal with it. We get away with one for now. 10 gone, Webster's on for Ignacevic, and we're somehow 1-0 up. As we've got a free kick in a dangerous position, we need the Albin delivery to be on point. It's not, but the header away is poor, and it allows Altidore to prevent a big clearance. Picks it up on the left-hand side and does really well to find Adinho. He's got support from Albin, who I think was offside. And that's a shame, because if he'd stayed on, he would have probably still been 1-on-1. 20 minutes gone, though. A very positive start. Well, approaching half an hour, and Peller, mercifully, following the instructions, passes it to the fullback, then passes it to the centre-half. Just keeps a bit of possession and control. Ali Al-Habsi, sit at home and watch. When we give you an instruction, follow it. As Gambarini gives it to Jagielka. City able to win it back. We would expect them to do that. And now play out down the wing to Rodriguez. Enrique caught out. Not the best bit of defensive work that. Does stop the cross, but it goes into eventually towards Palacios. Skelbred back to cover with Hangeland. The Norwegians combining to save the day. As Gambarini finds Ramirez and out to Yuri Zhirkov, who will fly down that left. Modric is supporting him. We know how good he is. But Frederick Storr does well to block it out for a throw. Been a gritty half an hour from us so far, but we were doing well at half-time in Greece, weren't we? The second half is where it all tends to go wrong. Let's see if we can see it out to half-time. As here we are with a free kick for Peller, who this time is forced to go long. Ramirez up against Altidore and wins it. Hangeland and Enrique chase. Neither of them take charge. Enrique goes to Hangeland's space, then heads it back to where he should have been. Just blind, stupid decision-making as Inler shoots from miles out. I would say we'd be happy for him to shoot from there, but we saw what happened in Greece, didn't we? Half an hour gone, though. A good start so far. Well, just 3 minutes to the break. We've seen 2 bits of text commentary talking about Storr narrowly avoiding a yellow card against Modric, and that would be a problem. What is going on back there? Can somebody mark Palacios, please? I'm just begging at this point to do your jobs, as Altidore has done brilliantly against Jagielka. He's just turned and run away, and then the referee's blown the whistle. What about the advantage? You could have given him a yellow after. Oh, man. Altidore did brilliantly. He's had a good half, actually. And at half-time, we've scored our only shot of the match. City have only had 4 chances, to be fair. We've done okay. But the second half is where it normally goes wrong. Let's tell the boys not to get complacent. Let's also, just because of where Palacios is and what he's doing, let's just go and switch these 2 over. So I'm going to put Andreasen in a more defensive role. Skelbred can fly forward like such. And then Andreasen is going to go back into this role. I'm going to stop him running forward so much. I'm going to stop him with the long shots a bit. And I'm going to get him to man mark Wilson Palacios and just prevent those runs. I'm hoping that will do enough for us. Fingers crossed it can produce the goods. We're 1-0 up and we're trying to be tactically clever, which may end up backfiring. Into the second half. No more injuries, please. Well, corner kick for City just a couple of minutes in. Would be typical if we conceded one like this. First one saved by Peller. Hangeland on the second. Zhirkov back in. It's blocked to Palacios. Chaos. Pinball in the Fulham area. Andreasen has the chance to clear and does. Altidore will chase a lost cause. That's going to be the story of the second half for you, lad. Not ideal when you're returning to fitness. 5 minutes gone in the second half, though. He's had a good game up front. And so far, Pella's the best player on the pitch, which is the main thing we're going to need today. Well, 10 minutes gone in the second half as Frederick Storr chases Zhirkov, who puts in a brilliant cross. Enrique clears as far as Ramirez. His shot's over the bar. Nobody's really excelling out on field, but nobody's having a shocker either. Andreasson struggling physically. I can't bring John Fleck on because we need the defensive runner. Sanchez is on for Robinho. It doesn't get any easier, does it? As Pella takes the kick downfield, he's ignoring the instruction now. Webster's completely missed it. And that's why you're a fourth choice centre-half who's barely played this year. As Sanchez to the byline, beats one, back towards Inler. It now goes to Maxi Rodriguez. The flex in and Pella's there. Oh, it's going to be a tense half hour, isn't it? Or maybe it won't, because here they come again. City now had 12 shots on goal. It's really racking up quickly. As Inler puts the shot in, Pella's there again. Might even take Skelbred off now. He's struggling physically. There are no options on the bench. That's the problem. As Zhirkov gets the cross in. Jagielka's up. Well dealt with by the defender. Storr blocks Rodriguez' ball and gets the second one. Brilliant work from him. Maybe we put Fleck up front. I don't know. Zhirkov has just skinned Freddie Storr. Crosses in brilliantly. Andreasson away. He's all the way back there with Palacios. Magnificent. Into Sanchez. Bobbling around and Sanchez fouls Hangeland. Right, time for a tactical tweak rather than a sub. The fullbacks are going to stop running forward again because that is where they're clearly piling players forwards. I don't know. Yeah, we're going to adjust the tactical shape as well. We're going to get the time wasting on. They've got the pace in behind. The problem with Hangeland and Webster, and the reason I don't like them playing together, is they are the two slow centre-halves. And that's why I think we're just going to have to sit and soak up pressure here. As Frederick Storr has finally got his yellow card. And City have got a dangerous free kick. 20 minutes remaining. I'm really not sure we hold on here. As Zhirkov delivers the cross. Storr misses it. Modric. Oh, great save, Pella. Brilliant save by the keeper. If you're injured badly, fair play to you, because this is sublime goalkeeping. Richards has a throw on the right to Sanchez. And City continue the onslaught on our goal. Richards delivers the cross. Inler's up. Oh, Webster scored an own goal. Is it going to be given to Inler? No, it is. Fair play. But it's Andy Webster beaten to it. You remember in the first season where we had Aaron Hughes and we said he's just not good enough. He's getting caught out in those positions. Webster as the fourth choice centre-half was never meant to be playing these games. And he's been caught now. The question is, can we hold on for 15 minutes? 5.3 is the Webster rating. And it's another injury. Another injury. Are you kidding me? Pennant's going to have to come off. Who do I bring on? I'm trying to see if Albin or Fleck can play off the right because I really don't want to go for Beasley. Howard, the youngster, it's a big ask at this point. Can John Fleck do it? He can. I'm going to bring John Fleck on right wing. I think that's the best option for now. Andreasson's really struggling in the middle. Can I trust Murphy to go back? I don't think I can. Frederick Storr's having another stinker at right back. I've not got anyone I can put out there because it would have been Ignacevic. I'm just going to have to try and get through. 10 minutes remaining. City back on the front foot as you would expect. Sanchez getting it from Rodriguez. They're just too fresh. They've got a 2-on-1 in the box. Sanchez goes alone. Good save from Pella. He's about the only man who can save us now. I'm going to take Altidore off for Bobby Zamora. That will be the final sub. He's done really well to get out of 80 minutes today. He's just run tirelessly. 1 free kicks, held the ball up. But he's clutching at straws at this point. As Zhirkov into the box with the in-swinger. It's back to Inler on the edge. Not a good one for us. It's a great block by Freddie Storr, in fairness. Not had a good game, but he does the job there. And Zhirkov will have it again. This time we have closed the edge of the box, but the 6-yard box is looking a bit sparse. Ramirez somehow beating Andreasson in the air. But it's straight through to Johan Pella. 5 minutes to go. Can we nick a point? Zhirkov delivers. Jagielka over. God, this is torture. Absolute torture. What we're going to do now, I'm going to take the point, is stop the fullbacks making any runs at all. Make sure you are back all of the time. Albin, you're going to have to give up the attacking mentality. I think Skelbred might even have to give up the forward runs here. Let's just go for that. Try and keep it sensible here. There are 3 minutes plus stoppage time. A draw would be a great result. But another 3 injuries. Another 3. And that makes it 10 in total. As Richards throws in, can we hold on? Hangeland heads away. Albin will chase it. It's won by Richards though, and now Palacios. I can sense the heartbreak already. Ramirez shoots over the bar. 2 more minutes to go to hold on for a precious point we don't deserve. We are basically back to a level of team on the pitch now that was at first season level, and that's the problem. They're not good enough. This is a mid-table team we've got out at the very best as Zamora loses out to Jagielka. 1 more minute. And Maxi Rodriguez is piling forwards. Richards steaming on the overlap. 2-on-1. Albin not able to get back. Enrique beaten easily as he dives in. Good cross to the back post. Skelbred away. Ramirez unmarked 30 yards out. Trying to get out to him. Ball across is cleared by Fleck, who's back on his own box doing brilliantly. And now Zamora can break. Play it. Oh, Ramirez, that's dirty. Get him in the book, referee. How's he not got a yellow card? Are you kidding me? He's just pulled him back on a 2-on-2 counter-attack and nothing's given. As it is, it's going to see out the last minute. It's going to get us a point. Overall, we're through in Europe. We've got a point with a very depleted squad. But as we say at the end of every match now, we have to go through our fingertips, covering our eyes, and have a look at the injury news. We're going to say we're pleased with that. It's a really good result. The performance is awful. The goalkeeper was man of the match. Is he going to be fit for the next game? Ignacevic, 4 to 5 days. You could have carried on. Pella, 1 to 2 days. Stub finger. He did well considering because he used them a lot after. Diakarte's playing football in the middle of the international break. Absolutely stupid. Let's go and have a look at the schedule. It's tough at the moment. It really is tough. It doesn't look like Pennant's got an injury, which is great. So I think we're going to do the same again. We'll do the second leg of Stuttgart and then we'll do Liverpool as well. I'm just going to have to claw our way through. Hopefully, by the time the international break is over, we will have a few back. We've got the most injuries in the league, joint most, if you take out Bettinelli. If you look at it, Pella and Sissoko and Ignacevic will all be fit next time. Kjæresen should be fit for the first leg against Stuttgart, and Schneiderlin should be back for the second leg, leaving just Rosman and Giuliano out at that point. So, if we don't get any more injuries, we get in there. The 2-week break is necessary, but most of these boys are internationals now. So if you're looking forward to seeing who's fit in a few weeks' time and whether or not we can continue to replicate Roy despite this ridiculous injury run, then please do put a thumbs up on the video. If you want to stay up to date, subscribe and turn that notification bell on as the gap is down to 2 in the race for 4th place. I think we'll have to admit defeat there and just try and focus on the Europa League. We've got the best possible draw in the quarterfinals. I'll see you tomorrow to find out if we can keep 11 players fit and try to take advantage of it.